And our Sunrise Smart Start. After the community laid to rest a police officer shot and killed in the Rochester streets, gatherings taking place on those same streets.
4 different neighborhoods, all with the same goal: to make the city a safer and better place to live by promoting police-community partnerships.
Now, National Night Out is what they're calling it. It happens every year on the first Tuesday in August, and Christian Garzone has more.
This is an effort to make safer, more caring places to live. The mayor and police chief told us last night so much of what they want help with, ending gun violence, getting help solving crimes, and having better relationships, really starts at events like National Night Out. Mayor Malik Evans says National Night Out gives people and police the chance to connect.
Have some fun with the neighborhoods. I mean, we got a dunk booth here, food, music, and this is in every quadrant of the city.
Just a fortnight ago, Mayor Malik Evans declared a gun violence emergency in Rochester. A prime focus is this area of North Clinton Ave. In less than a week, 3 people were killed around here. Evans says this is a preventative measure.
To bring out darkness, you have to bring in light, and what we have here is light. We're bringing in law enforcement, we're bringing the community together.
Police Chief David Smith says after the tragic loss of Officer Tony Mazurkowitz, this is exactly what those in the ranks needed. Smith says for help solving crimes, it starts here.
Folks aren't going to come forward with information. They're not going to tell us things if they don't trust us.
Jaime Bermudez says the police here is a double-edged sword for minority communities. However,
but when we see the blue come out and they're a part of something where it's not associated with crime, where it's not associated with problems, then you get better visibility and you get better understanding.
Brianna Milan with Action for a Better Community says whoever is here right now, it matters.
We should all be fighting for these people who are hurt and in these streets every day, and they really need our support.
Evans says he'll use whatever tool he can, even occasions like this, to help end violence on these streets.
Obviously, we're making progress every day.
And of course, the gun violence state of emergency is still in effect. To read more about that, head over to our website, rochesterfirst.com. In Rochester, Christian Garzone, News 8.
Christian, thank you so much. County Clerk Jamie Romeo, County Legislator William Burgess, and other leaders from across the region also in attendance last night.
New this morning, Rochester police are investigating a hit-and-run. Police responding just after midnight to the area of Lake Avenue and Burley Road for the report of a bicyclist struck by a motor vehicle. Upon arrival, officers located the victim, a 19-year-old male city resident. The victim was transported to Strong Memorial Hospital with life-threatening injuries. Officials say the vehicle that struck the victim did not stay on scene, and anyone with information is asked to call 911. Now, a 3rd person charged for an alleged murder that took place on Genesee Street in June of last year. Police announcing the arrest of 24-year-old Willie Shipman in relation to the death of 22-year-old Brandon McClary. According to officials, Shipman charged with 2nd-degree murder and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. Police previously arrested 2 other individuals in relation to this case. Troy Jones arrested last year, and in July of 2021, Davon Dunbar also arrested. Well, a new partnership allowing Amazon employees to pursue a bachelor's degree at SUNY Brockport for free. The announcement formally made yesterday morning also applies to current Brockport students looking to get hired by Amazon. The program has no course requirements and can be for part-time students as well. Amazon says it's investing $1.2 billion to help more than 300,000 employees get higher paying and in-demand jobs.
If you pass by the Rundell Library building downtown, you may notice a change in the landscape. A new outdoor public terrace overlooking the river, highlighted by public artwork. Local officials cutting the ribbon at the Library North Terrace Tuesday, marking the ceremonial opening of the newly renovated location. The development's all part of the Rock the Riverway project. Lawmakers saying these improvements are intended to bring the Rochester community together.
And Parrington Park receiving $1 million in funding for a skate park. Other major amenities from the project include a restroom, bicycle pump rack, and an expanded parking lot. Speaker of the New York State Assembly Carl Heastie presenting the check alongside other local leaders, including Assemblymember Jen Lunsford. And starting May 3rd of 2023, a standard New York driver's license will no longer get you on a domestic flight in the U.S. Real IDs, enhanced driver's licenses, or passports will be the only form of ID accepted by the TSA. DMV Commissioner Mark Schroeder saying the reason for this change is to guarantee safety. The law was passed by Congress back in 2005, and you can learn more about the upcoming changes on our website, rochesterfirst.com.
After a rough patch, the PACT Act officially passing the Senate in an 86-11 vote. The bill designed to help veterans exposed to toxic military burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan. Both the Senate and House have approved the bill. It goes to President Joe Biden to sign now, though a technical issue forcing it to be voted on again. Veteran groups and advocates standing outside the Capitol all day on Tuesday, demanding lawmakers to pass that act.
The CHIPS and Science Act passed last week as well. Lawmakers saying the act will only help the state. The bill is a $280 billion package boosting the semiconductor industry and scientific research. The goal to create more high-tech jobs in the United States, rivaling international competitors like China. Congressman Joe Morelli in Rochester saying yesterday the act will create new jobs, lower the cost of everyday goods, and lessen our dependence on foreign manufacturers.
All right, sending it over to you, James, for a look at our Wednesday forecast. Yeah. Decent day to golf if you have the water.
I think so, yeah. Watch out because there is going to be some heat this afternoon. But, you know, I think we've been having this discussion all morning long. It's kind of a dry heat for you today. So we won't be talking about any significant heat indexes. Now, the difference will be tomorrow when we do crank up on that humidity. You will certainly notice it as we get into the afternoon. So 91 today. We'll take a look at tomorrow when we get rain. The last look at the weekend forecast at the end of the show. Allie.
All right, James, thank you. To be aware, in our sunrise traffic, the Goodman exit on 490 is closed for the foreseeable future. Otherwise, things looking pretty good out there. We'll keep you updated here throughout the morning through CBS Mornings. In some national news this morning, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in Taiwan leading a congressional delegation, increasing tensions between the U.S. and China. China conducting military drills off the coast of Taiwan as Pelosi arrived at the self-ruled island that Beijing claims as its own. Pelosi is the highest-ranking American official to visit Taiwan since 1997. She said she made the trip because she said, quote, "We cannot stand by as China proceeds to threaten Taiwan." Pelosi also challenged Beijing in 1991, unfurling a pro-democracy banner while there. Voters in Kansas rejecting a ballot measure in the conservative state that had deep ties in the anti-abortion movement. While most of the votes counted, or with most of the votes counted, abortion rights advocates prevailing by nearly 20%. President Joe Biden saying in a statement, quote, "This vote makes clear what we know. The majority of Americans agree that women should have access to abortion and should have the right to make their own health care decisions," end quote. A spokesperson for the pro-life amendment campaign saying, quote, "This outcome is a temporary setback and our dedicated fight to value women and babies is far from over," end quote.
And in Kentucky, floodwaters beginning to recede. The governor of Kentucky meeting with volunteers, displaced families, and local officials. Since the initial flooding that hit eastern Kentucky, hundreds of people still remain unaccounted for, with the death toll up to at least 37 individuals, which could grow in the coming days.
Time now for our GRE Morning Business Report. U.S. job openings sliding to 10.7 million openings. That's down from the 11.3 posted back in May. According to a survey from the Labor Department, 4.2 million Americans quit their job. Another 1.3 million were laid off.
Plus, the U.S. Treasury Department seeking to borrow $444 billion in the current quarter through September. A Treasury official told reporters on the condition of remaining anonymous, the department is expecting to collect less in taxes than in the original forecast. The additional debt due in part to the Fed's decision to scale back its holding of Treasury notes, causing the government to rely on private and foreign investors.
Here's what some people might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Marilyn Monroe's estate telling Variety magazine that it supports the upcoming film Blonde, as it stars Anna de Armas after the release of the movie trailer. Some viewers said the casting for Moreau is a controversial choice due to her Cuban accent. The film, based on the Joyce Carol Oates novel, taking a reimagined look back at Monroe's life. Blonde is streaming on Netflix in September. I will definitely be seeing that movie. Looks great. James, a good day to maybe get outside if you like the heat.
Yeah, I think so. Get out there and enjoy it. And today is the heat that I like. It's a dry heat. 90s in the forecast for today, but not a lot of humidity out there, so we can manage it. As we get into tomorrow, though, a little bit different. We've got that humidity cranking up. Storms in the forecast as well.
All right, James, thank you. Thanks so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update is coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is next.